Okay, my name is Jorgie Rossi, and this is my redemption story. My story begins with my parents, my mom, a missionary's kid from Brazil, and my dad, an Iranian immigrant who escaped the revolution to find a better life in America. I was raised with two different perspectives growing up. My dad, an atheist, and my mom, a believer. So I was able to walk along both of those perspectives. And I gave my life to Jesus at the age of 5 when my mom shared the resurrection story in the kitchen, and I was just so excited to know who Jesus is. And I would say I carried that throughout my life, throughout my high school experience. However, I was keeping that in and not necessarily telling people where my joy came from. The gospel became real to me my sophomore year of college when I was led through a series of panic attacks, and I was diagnosed with OCD, specifically harm OCD, which is these intrusive thoughts about self-harm and suicide. And I had never had depression, never had thoughts like that ever before. And it was just a really dark, inescapable feeling where I felt like I had no control and I couldn't feel God or anything next to me to protect me. And my stepdad asked me, he asked if I had opened my Bible, and I hadn't. I had just been so involved in looking for answers myself, and it was revealed to me that I was so deep in my pride and in myself and looking to myself for the answers. And it wasn't until I did that and I went to the Word that I felt free, and I felt close to God, and I felt relieved of my obsessive, controlling thoughts. I started reading my Bible daily, and I realized when I gave God my fears, I was given a peace that transcends all understanding. When I gave God the unknowns, I was able to live free, and I was able to experience the childlike joy that I had when I was a kid. A year later, I witnessed the transformation of the gospel from a new approach when my friend, who was a non-believer, was robbed at gunpoint and was battling depression and was so desperate for Jesus. And I brought him to church with me, and he got plugged into community, and I watched him grow in his faith, and he started teaching me, a believer, my whole life about the goodness of God. You know, I was baptized at birth, and I never found that to be, I was like, I'm baptized, I was baptized at birth. But thinking about it and praying about it, I wanted to make the choice. I wanted to declare my faith to this amazing church community that I have. And if you came to know Jesus and you have that faith and you call Redemption your church home, like why not? Why wouldn't you if you haven't done it? It's so freeing, and it's a really unifying moment also with your church community, and yeah. Recently, I feel like I've been learning a lot about just trusting the Lord and stepping out in faith because there's a lot of uncertainty in my life. There's a lot the world says 20-year-olds should look like or should be doing, and for me it's just fully letting go and just trusting in God and His plan, and knowing that that is far superior than anything I could have planned or that the world could have planned for me.